Hi. How's it hanging? Yeah, I'm I'm uh, I'm about 10 minutes early. I mean, it's not too early, just by 10 minutes. Um, I don't think I don't I don't think today's stream will be long. Um, it if you can't tell, I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired, man. Y'all have no idea. I did quite a bit today, so I'm like real tired. Well, real tired might be a bit of an understatement. I'm fucking exhausted beyond all belief. But I didn't stream yesterday because I fell asleep at around, hi Izza, hi. Yesterday I fell asleep at around 4 in the afternoon, and then I didn't wake up until like 4 in the fucking morning. And like I went to hang out with a friend today, and like I originally wasn't gonna stream because it's Wednesday, and usually I try to save Wednesdays for like friend hangouts and all that, but I'm like, I didn't stream yesterday. And I literally teased a new outfit the other day. And I need to talk about scheduling and stuff. I can't just leave y'all hanging. Like, so I think I'm gonna do the outfit debut next week and not this week. I just think it's a little too soon. I'm not entirely prepared. I need a bit more time to like just like I've got everything ready is the thing. I'm just not ready to debut it yet. Hello, Bacalo Fish. I'm simply not ready to like fully debut the new outfit yet. I need a little more time, so it's probably gonna be next week. And like I'll work on while I am awake, because apparently I now need 12 hours to sleep. I I'll be working on trying to get MMD up and running again. So like maybe I can do some fun little character animations and all of that. Like my goal with MMD is to like at some point have like an animated waiting screen or something like that, where it's just like a little GIF repeating, so that it's not just a still image. I think that would be nice. But that might take some time. I mean, animating in MMD ain't that hard. Once you like figure it out, it's actually kind of easy. If that makes sense. Maybe not easy. I mean, it's definitely a finicky program. Most free programs are kind of finicky. So, like, obviously that includes MMD, but, like, if you spend enough time, like, figuring things out and just fiddling around, I promise you can probably figure it out. So like I'm gonna work on some MMD stuff probably. And I might at some point I might do a stream where I'm kind of just working, and like by working I mean I'll just be trying to figure out MMD. Like I'll have background music or audio output capture and desktop audio turned off, so like you won't hear what I'm watching and all of that, and I'll like find a free music so that you can have some nice little chill background music in the background while I figure out a few things. I might do that simply because I need to get it out of the way, and at this point I'm mostly down in the living room most of the day because I've kind of both fixed and fucked up my sleep schedule in a whole new way. Like on one side I'm actually getting up early. On the other side of things, I'm waking up too early, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a problem. And then I feel the need to go to bed earlier, but the only good time for me to really stream is at around 8, because that's when I'm done with all of my chores and stuff. That's when people are usually home to look after the dogs, and so I don't have to worry about leaving the dogs alone for more than an hour and all of that. So that's usually pretty great. Yay, we have our most expensive tank now. So I think y'all can hear the background music. It's very nice. It's very chill. It's from the game. And I really like it. I think it's a very calming and relaxing. It's a fun little background sound. I would love to sleep, but I don't want to leave y'all hanging. I actually really enjoy streaming, and I enjoy hanging out with y'all. And while I'd love to sleep, I also like hanging out with y'all. I have to make decisions, okay? Okay? If it goes south, I can just sleep on stream. There ain't nothing wrong with that, now is there? I doubt that there's anything wrong with sleeping on stream. I have a chair that can lean like all the way back. So like I can just lean it all the way back and go to sleep. And I already have a blanket. I already have a blanket. But oh yeah, so today what I did was I went to the library because my friend works at the library part-time as a part of like one of her school programs. I know, schools are so advanced nowadays. Where were my opportunities, huh? Anyway, she's doing like an internship at the library, and so today I went to the library so that we could hang out after she got off work, and I decided to go kind of early. Like I went like 4 hours early, and I kind of just hung around. I watched some anime on my phone. I hung out in the fashion section for a little bit. They had a little art gallery set up, and I walked around that for a bit. And then I went to a different floor where they had like some other books, and I read a few books on like folklore and mythology and urban myths and all of that. And then like I went to a different floor where they had all the science stuff, and I picked out a book about snakes, and I got maybe a paragraph in before my friend texted me saying that they got off work early. So I had to sadly put the book up because I don't have a library card. I can probably get one pretty easily. I mean, I'll probably be going there decently often, so like it's probably not a bad investment. The book I picked up was on snakes, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. But I really like snakes, so, and I like sharks too. I like sharks and snakes. I like a lot of animals. I also like alligators and all of that. I think they're neat. A neato burrito. Snakes are really cute. They're like little danger noodles. You might have noticed a trend where I kind of like reptiles a lot. I do like bugs. I think there are lots of cool bugs out there. I mean, cockroaches suck. Those suck, but there are different types of roaches out there, and some of them are actually pretty damn cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still wouldn't want to find one around the house unless it was in a bug cage that we bought specifically for bugs so that we could feed our bearded dragon. But, like, yeah. There are lots of cool bugs out there. Although I'm not so fond of those dead bug displays. I find those extremely creepy. Like, the bugs themselves are cool, but I probably just want to leave them out in nature. But like usually when we find a spider in the house, I'm usually the one to take care of it. And all of that. So if you don't go to your public library more often, I recommend it. I mean, it's free, so like, although I posted on Blue Sky earlier about how like I thought they would have a bigger manga section because it was a really big library with multiple floors and whatnot, but they had like two bookshelves. They had two bookshelves, and that's it, and they were barely full. Finding spiders outside of the house is probably better than finding them inside of the house. But yeah. I was very disappointed by their manga collection, because like I was gonna bring a book, but in the area that we were driving to, it was like kind of, Texas is weird, so it's like rainy. It was rainy part of the ride. It was rainy when we got out to the car, and then part of it was like not, but it remained foggy throughout the entire thing, and I kind of didn't want to like mess up my book. So I didn't bring a book. I probably should have. It would have saved me a lot of effort and all of that. But but I didn't. I didn't bring the book. Which was unfortunate. But that's okay. I mean, it's a library. They have lots of other books, and I'm just not into, like, I'm not necessarily all that into fiction novels, if that makes sense. I'm not. I like listening to stories rather than reading them, because a lot of times it's like really hard for me to read because the ADHD. I get distracted, and then I have to reread the page over and over again. And with manga, I don't have to worry about it. So, like, I really like manga. And then a lot of times with folklore and mythology books, they have pictures on the side, and those can oftentimes help me concentrate, even like a little, because all of a sudden I have a picture. I can see what I'm reading about. It's not all up to my imagination, so my head doesn't have to wander as much. And it's just, it's very, very nice. Ooh, silver spiders. That sounds cool. But yeah. Also, with science books as well, they also have, like, lots of images to show you what they're talking about. And, like, learning about, like, different things that already exist in the world is already pretty damn cool. So, even all the way back in elementary school, I went to 2 different elementary schools, and it goes all the way back to the first elementary school I went to. I remember I would always get these little science animal books, and I would always, those were always what I'd get on library day. I would go straight to the science book section, and I would pick out a book on dogs and different dog breeds. And then in middle school, my taste kind of matured a little bit, and I branched out into other animals as well. And I guess that's kind of when I started seeing more interest in all sorts of animals. Although I've always been interested in sharks. I mean, for obvious reasons. So, yeah. Also, the reason why I didn't stream yesterday, I fell asleep on the fucking couch. I fell asleep at 4 in the afternoon, and then I woke up at 4 in the morning. I didn't even get to take my night medicine. I was so asleep. I fell asleep on the couch, and I guess nobody woke me up to be like, hey, get your night medicine and whatnot. So I just slept on the couch for the whole night, and then after 4 a.m. I couldn't really get back to sleep. I don't have a shark plushie. I wish I had a shark plushie. I wanted the IKEA Blaha, but I didn't know how to ask my mom when we went to IKEA when it was a big thing. I thought it was an adorable little plush, but I can probably make my own shark plushie if it comes down to it. I can find like a free pattern online, and I can make my own shark plushie. Yeah, I'm a very sleepy person. You've really gotta charge me up for me to have energy. So, like, Like, even during this last year of high school, I would sleep all of the time. I was constantly falling asleep in class and everything. Also, another cool thing is that my dad, so on Black Friday and whatnot, quite a few of the tech stores were doing these big $100 off sales on these cool things. I could make a plushie on stream. I could hand sew it. I'm probably better at hand sewing than I am machine sewing, but I'm still probably not good at it. But I think it would be fun to hand sew something like that. So yeah, I could do that. But anyway, my dad, my father, we got a new 3D printer. So at some point I can probably make 3D models and like paint them on stream. But I will need an overhead camera for that. That's something I'll definitely need an overhead camera. Like I can't get away with like just using my laptop face cam and bending it and like directing it directly to where my hands are. It works for like painting my nails, but not so much other things. Yeah, for some reason a lot of households have been purchasing 3D printers. Oh my god, why are the hearts white on stream when they're red on other platforms? I know I said I was just gonna do like I said I was gonna play games, but I can't think of any games that I have enough energy to play right now. I don't have a ton of like low energy games other than the one that's playing in the background. Well, yeah, we've had a couple 3D printers before, and while I never used them, I was kind of taught to a certain degree how to use them. And then a lot of the 3D, like Vroid, the 3D modeling program that I like to use to create these models, they have a way to like export the 3D models in a way that you can 3D print. So like I can export the model in a fashion that allows me to 3D print it, which is great. It's awesome. It's incredible. Lovely. They're very convenient and useful because a lot of times, like a lot of the prints that you can make, they'll sell for like less than $1 online, I think. And I think some are probably free. But I mean, if you can, I suggest supporting the 3D artists. I mean, I'm always gonna suggest supporting the artists over just not supporting them. That's just how I am. Like, if you can tell someone like genuinely put time and effort into creating something, I highly recommend supporting them and all of that. I mean, if you don't have the money to support them, that is a-okay. It's like supporting someone is only something you need to do, or that you should really try to do at least if you have the money to do it. But if you don't, you really shouldn't. You shouldn't waste your money trying to support someone that you won't be able to support. It'll only hurt you in the long run. So like, like, support who you can support when you can support them. Patreon is a great way to support artists. So like if you have I'm thinking of starting a Patreon where like y'all have like exclusive like input onto what outfits I purchase and stuff. Oh yeah, my dad uses the 3D printers a lot to fix stuff. And yeah, 3D printers are very convenient. But, I mean, I forgot what I was gonna say. I am terribly sorry. What was... Do y'all remember what I was talking about? Because I completely forgot. I clearly was not paying attention to whatever was coming out of my own damn mouth. That just goes to show how tired I am. Yeah, my dad is pretty cool. Honestly, in a world where there aren't a lot of great dads, my dad is pretty damn great. He's like willing to do a lot for us, and like I try to say how much I appreciate it, but I don't think I say it enough. But he's really a great father. And I'm truly lucky to have him as a dad. I remember when I took a creative writing class, one of the things that kind of popped up a little bit was like fatherly trauma witnessed at the hands of a father. And that kind of made me sad. But at the same time, I got to say like, oh hey, I may have trauma in this area, but at least I don't have daddy issues. Yay! So, it's great. Oh yeah, now I remember. I was talking about how I can probably 3D print a 3D model. Yeah. I would love to like at some point 3D print a figure. And like at some point maybe I could auction them off. So like I could paint a figure of myself, and I could either, since it wouldn't cost me any money other than like obviously paints and stuff, which I mean honestly you're gonna use for probably years, so it doesn't really matter too much how much those cost in the long term. It would pretty much cost me almost nothing to produce, so like I could auction it off purely based on how much I think my efforts would sell for, and if it didn't sell, it wouldn't affect me a ton. So like I've been thinking about doing that because it's a pretty damn solid thing. I mean, the only thing that it would cost would be like 3D printing filament. And even then, I'm not too worried about that, because we have a ton. I mean, some of it might be expired. I don't know if that stuff expires. I mean, I hope it doesn't. I don't think plastic would expire, but I know that latex and stuff can kind of degrade over time, like balloons. If you leave them out for too long without use, they become extra, like, almost brittle, and it's hard to blow them up. So it could be one of those things. I don't know. I think the 3D printing filaments are currently in my attic. Either that or they're in one of my closets. So I could easily get them out. Okay, that's great. Cause like me and my dad were I went to go get the 3D printer with my dad because I happened to be awake at the time he went to pick it up from the store. And we were talking about how we wanted a new filament just in case the old ones weren't the best choice to use on a brand new 3D printer. They can get moist. In this humid weather that we usually get in Texas, makes you think. Would they still be pretty useful? Probably. But is it safe for them to be the first thing that our new 3D printer uses? Probably not. So, at some point, I kind of want to buy a really pretty 3D print filament with like glitters and stuff in it or something. And then I can paint like a figure or something and just leave certain parts unpainted so that the 3D filament can shine through. Although I'm worried that the layers of paint would add just enough thickness to where it makes the slight difference, enough of a difference to make it almost uncanny and not look crisp and good. But if that's the case, I could probably sand down the edges and maybe use some resin or whatnot, or Mod Podge to add a little layer of thickness, a clear coat of some sorts. I wonder what temperature is the best temperature to dehydrate 3D filament in the oven. Because we could probably just throw them in the oven. We do have a ton of 3D filaments. I'll have to like go through them with my dad and be like, hey, we should bake this one for a little bit. Maybe 120 degrees Fahrenheit for like a while. I mean, a lot of times they have all these special tools for stuff and whatnot when you can just use an oven to dehydrate stuff. Like, oftentimes at a lower temperature, it'll dehydrate it rather than cooking it. Yeah, I'd have to see what kind of plastic it is. I think they say what kind of plastic it is on the wheel. So, probably wouldn't be too hard to check. Not to mention, some of them are probably still in their cardboard boxes. Possibly. It's possible. We'll have to sort through those together. are my fishies doing? They're precious, all of my fishies. All of them. They're all amazing. I guess technically I am playing a game. I mean, this little fishy background is technically a game. But, you know. I mean, we're not really doing much. It's just a fun little background to have. I'm kind of starting to drift off to sleep at the moment. I'm not specifically looking for any type of fish. I just really like having them in the background because it's pretty and relaxing. They're nice, and then the background music is very nice, and then they also have like types of white noise so that we can have like waves or thunderstorms. We can have just normal white noise and stuff like that, and it's just overall very nice, very 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 nice. I can't wait. I can't wait for y'all to see the new outfit. I showed it to y'all like thinking I would debut it this Friday, but I just don't think I can. I kind of need to sort out how I'm gonna like stream with this newly fucked up sleep schedule that makes it so that I'm so completely and utterly exhausted past being awake for 12 hours. So like hopefully I'll be able to find a balance so that I'm not constantly fighting with every fiber of my being to stay awake. Because, I mean, every now and then watching your Oshi or your favorite VTuber fall asleep on stream is really cute and adorable, but, like, having it happen every time they stream probably ain't so cute and adorable. It's probably more concerning. So, I've got to find a good balance. I've got to shift my sleep schedule a little bit, so I've got to go to bed later and wake up later so that hopefully I can hopefully I can be awake while I stream. I mean, I hope like hearing me talk when I'm so completely and utterly exhausted is like at least a little fun. I mean, I think it's fun watching my streamers be like completely out of it. You know, it's funny. It's cute. Like it's almost like a vulnerable side of them that nobody else kind of gets to see, except for the other viewers. Cause like most of the time, when you're tired, you're not necessarily gonna leave the house. You're not gonna like leave your room much. So when you stream when you're extremely tired, it's like showing a side of yourself that most people don't really get to see a lot. So it feels a little special. It's like how some streamers will like go out of their way to like do like a bath stream or a shower stream. You wouldn't show that to anybody else, but since you're like hiding behind a persona, you're not necessarily as scared to like be in those vulnerable situations. In fact, it's oftentimes kind of fun. It's fun getting to like one thing I like to occasionally do is like when I know a streamer is gonna do like a stream in the bath, sometimes I'll like run a bath for myself, and it's like you get to play in the bath together, and it's kind of it's nice. It's fun. It's chill. It's something that nobody else really gets to see other than you and everyone else watching. And it feels special and fun. So it's special moments like those that really only happen when you're watching a streamer. And I kind of hope that this stream was able to kind of capture that a little bit. at least a little bit. But I think at this point, it's like we're almost hitting the 50-minute mark. And if I don't end stream soon, I am going to fall asleep. Or like I'll end up falling asleep before I actually end stream. So like it'll end up being like a 12 to 24 hour stream because I forgot to turn off the damn computer. So I think for now I'm gonna say goodbye, and hopefully next time I'll have more energy. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I'll try to, but I mean I might. It really depends on how early I wake up, because as I said before, as of recently, I've been waking up way too damn early and getting tired way too damn early. Actually, yeah, eventually the internet will go down by itself. I forget about that. If it was a Saturday, it would have been a different story, but on a night like tonight, it probably would have just... the stream would have crashed at some point. So I think right now is a good place to say goodbye. I hope to see y'all tomorrow. But if I don't, I'll probably send a picture of a couple dogs cuddling up against me so closely to where it is almost physically impossible for me to stay awake. Like I did yesterday. Man, those dogs were so relaxed. I couldn't even move. But anyway, good night, y'all. Despite being tired beyond belief, I did enjoy these short 50 minutes hanging out with y'all. I mean, I always enjoy hanging out with y'all. I mean, that's why I come back even if I have to do like a longer break. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Again, I hope to see y'all tomorrow. I highly appreciate y'all coming around and all of that good shit. Thank you for joining me once again. And what was I gonna say? Anyway, good night. I hope to see y'all tomorrow, and maybe at some point, instead of like doing a new outfit debut this Saturday or Friday, we'll do like something fun, like maybe we'll watch a movie or something. Anyway, bye bye. Thank you for joining me.